Today's the bold and the beautiful spoilers deliver a gut punch wrapped in mystery. And it's the kind of twist that starts quietly before it explodes into something heartbreaking. Liam Spencer makes what initially seems like an awesome discovery, a routine copyright search tied to Forrester Creations. But what he finds, or rather doesn't find, sends a chill straight through him. Because somehow, Brooke Logan isn't there. No listing, no registration, no trace. And in the world of B&B, where Brooke Logan's name is practically woven into the fabric of fashion history, that absence speaks louder than any scandalous confession ever could. A simple search turns into a nightmare. It all begins innocently enough. Liam isn't looking to stir trouble. In fact, he's doing what Liam does best when something feels off, digging for answers. With Forrester Creations already teetering under emotional and professional strain, Liam decides to double-check the legal and creative groundwork behind one of the company's most iconic contributions. Brooke's work, her legacy, her name. But when the copyright search results load, Liam freezes. The screen is blank where Brooke Logan's credit should be. No authorship, no ownership, no historical record tying her directly to the designs that helped define Forrester Creations. For a man who has seen lies, betrayals, and corporate power plays destroy families, this discovery hits differently. This isn't just a legal oversight, it feels personal and devastating. Why Brooke's missing credit is such a big deal. Brooke Logan isn't just another designer in the Forrester orbit. She is history. Decades of innovation, sacrifice, and emotional investment are attached to her name. Brooke gave everything, her heart, her reputation, her family stability, to help build the Forrester empire. So, how is it possible that her contributions don't officially exist? That question haunts Liam. If Brooke's name isn't on the copyright, then legally it's as if she never mattered. As if her work was borrowed, or worse, quietly erased. And in today's very sad B&B spoilers, that realization carries enormous emotional weight. Liam's guilt comes rushing back. As Liam processes the discovery, another feeling creeps in: guilt. Liam has stood on the sidelines while Brooke took hit after hit. He's watched Ridge waver, the Forresters' close ranks, and Brooke get painted as the problem time and time again. And now, faced with cold legal proof that Brooke's legacy may have been stripped away without her knowledge, Liam can't help but wonder, did he do enough to protect her? Should he have asked harder questions sooner? Liam realizes that this missing copyright might explain so much why Brooke has felt increasingly sidelined, why her voice no longer carries the weight it once did at Forrester Creations. This isn't just about paperwork. It's about erasure. Was Brooke pushed out on purpose? The most painful question of all looms large. Was this intentional? In B&B, accidents are rare. Oversights even rarer. When something as monumental as Brooke Logan's name disappears from a copyright search, it suggests planning, power, and silence. Who benefits from Brooke not being officially tied to her work? That question puts Ridge Forrester squarely in the crosshairs, whether he knows it yet or not. Ridge has long walked a fine line between honoring Brooke's contributions and prioritizing Forrester loyalty. If legal documents were filed without Brooke's name, was he aware? Did he sign off? Or did someone else quietly rewrite history? Liam fears the answer may shatter what little emotional stability Brooke has left. Brooke's emotional state makes this even sadder. What makes today's spoiler especially heartbreaking is where Brooke is emotionally right now. She's already been doubting her place in the Forrester world. She's felt unwanted, undervalued, and blamed for conflicts she didn't start. To learn, if Liam tells her that her name isn't legally attached to her life's work, could break her in a way even Ridge's wavering never quite did. Because this isn't about love triangles. This is about legacy. And losing your legacy hurts deeper than losing a relationship. Liam faces an impossible choice. Liam now holds dangerous knowledge. He can't unsee what he's discovered, but acting on it comes with consequences. If he tells Brooke immediately, he risks reopening wounds that haven't even begun to heal. He risks pushing her into emotional freefall. But if he stays silent, he becomes complicit in something that feels deeply wrong. This is classic Liam Spencer territory, caught between truth and protection, loyalty and morality. And in today's very sad B&B spoilers, that internal struggle weighs heavily on him. Because this time, the truth doesn't just hurt, it rewrites the past. The legal fallout could be massive. Beyond the emotional devastation, the legal implications are staggering. If Brooke's name isn't on the copyright, does she actually own any part of the design she helped create? Could Forrester Creations legally exclude her from profits, recognition, or future decisions tied to that work? Liam starts to realize that this discovery could ignite a legal storm, one that might tear Forrester Creations apart from the inside out. And if Brooke chooses to fight back, it won't just be emotional, it'll be ruthless. But would Brooke even have the strength to fight after being erased like this? That's what scares Liam the most. Ridge's silence will speak volumes. When this information inevitably comes to light, all eyes will be on Ridge Forrester. If Ridge is genuinely shocked, it may expose deeper corruption within the company. But if he hesitates, if he deflects or downplays the discovery, it could confirm Brooke's worst fear, that she was never truly an equal partner, that she was convenient until she wasn't. Today's spoilers suggest Ridge may soon be forced to confront the cost of his indecision, not just emotionally, but historically. A turning point for Brooke Logan? As sad as this revelation is, it may also mark a turning point. Sometimes loss clarifies things. If Brooke realizes that her contributions have been quietly erased, she may finally stop trying to earn validation from the Forresters. She may decide it's time to reclaim her identity on her terms. A new company, a new legacy, a future where her name can't be removed with a few keystrokes. But the road to that empowerment begins with heartbreak. And today, that heartbreak belongs to Brooke. Final thoughts. An awesome discovery that changes everything. Liam's discovery is awesome, only in the sense that it exposes the truth. But the truth is devastating. The absence of Brooke Logan's name from a copyright search isn't just a technical issue, it's a symbolic one. It represents years of being overlooked, undervalued, and quietly pushed aside. Today's bold and the beautiful spoilers deliver very sad news indeed. Brooke's legacy may have been erased on paper, but the emotional fallout is just beginning. Liam's awesome discovery, copyright search, doesn't find Brooke? The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates tease Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, might make an awesome discovery in his quest to help Bill and Katie Spencer, Don Diamant, Heather Tom, Brooke Logan Forrester, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Ridge Forrester, Torsten Kay, are involved in trying to keep them from using the sisters' family name Logan as a name for Katie's new fashion house. Liam does some research online, trying to find out if Brooke and Ridge have any kind of case in their claim that Logan can only refer to Brooke in the fashion industry. Liam decides to look into trademark and copyright searches, even though the trademark search had already been done in creating the Logan logo. It makes no sense to him, to Katie, to Bill, or to Hope Logan Spencer, Annika Noel, either, for that matter, that a family name could in any way be proprietary. Donna Logan, Jennifer Gary's, feels stuck in the middle between her older and younger sister, and even Eric Forrester, John McCook, thinks Brooke and Ridge's legal action is silly. Feeling forced out of Forrester Creations and put out to pasture, Eric's even hoping to work for Katie's fashion house. Liam can't find any legal precedents for a family name being proprietary, used as a business name. Liam's first efforts at searching as many databases and websites as he can legally get into online bring him no legal precedents for a family name being proprietary being used as a business name. There are some companies that use the names of the founders of the company whose names are trademarked. The gun manufacturer Smith & Wesson, for instance. But that isn't quite the same thing because it's the brand of the product being manufactured that's trademarked. Admittedly, IIT is a gray area, considering the name Logan would be Katie's brand and their couture would be branded as Logan. He decides a different avenue for his searching. Even though Bill's lawyer will soon be getting involved, Liam just wants to help. Liam's awesome Discovery Forrester creations, nor Brooke, have Logan copyrighted. Liam decides to search copyrights next, specifically copyrights held by Forrester Creations and also under Brooke and Ridge's personal names plus Eric's, to be on the safe side. Hope is able to get into the company files, and she helps as well, and as a result, Liam has a real eureka moment. It turns out Brooke and Ridge's case is weak and may even be thrown out of court unless they take steps to rush their own copyright and trademark for the name Logan. No one in Forrester Creations under either their personal names or the company name hold a copyright or a trademark for the name Logan, as Brooke is claiming. Liam literally shouts for joy when he realizes the whole truth of the matter. In the high-stakes, fashion-forward world of the bold and the beautiful, a name isn't just a label, it's an empire. But in a shocking turn of events airing the final week of 2025, the Logan legacy has been shaken to its core. Fans are reeling from what is being called today's very sad news, as a bitter sisterly rivalry between Brooke and Katie Logan has escalated into a digital and legal war that could change the face of Forrester Creations forever. At the center of this firestorm is Liam Spencer, whose awesome discovery during a copyright and trademark search has left Brooke Logan Forrester devastated and defenseless. The civil war of the Logan sisters. The tension began when Katie Logan, feeling perpetually overshadowed by her older sister at Forrester Creations, decided to strike out on her own. Backed by her husband Bill Spencer, Katie planned to launch her own fashion house. The conflict turned nuclear when Katie revealed the name of her new venture, simply Logan. Brooke's reaction was immediate and cold. She argued that the name Logan is synonymous with her own personal brand, the face of Brooke's bedroom and the architect of the belief formula. To Brooke, Katie using the name wasn't just a tribute. It was an attempt to strong-arm her way into a reputation Brooke spent decades building. "You're trying to use the name to play off the fame I gathered," Brooke told Katie in a heated confrontation. Logan's lingerie is not an established brand. Brooke's bedroom is. Liam Spencer's awesome discovery. While Ridge and Brooke turned to Carter Walton to legally block Katie from using the name, Bill Spencer turned to his son Liam. Knowing that the Forresters likely held a trademark on the Logan name from the days of Brooke's early successes, Bill tasked Liam with finding a loophole. Liam dove into the digital archives, performing an exhaustive search of copyright and trademark filings. What he found was the awesome discovery that has flipped the script. The trademark for the name Logan expired a year ago. Because the renewal was missed, likely during the chaos of the various corporate coups and family dramas of 2024, the name is currently in the public domain of the business world. Liam realized that for the first time in 30 years, the Logan name is up for grabs. A race against time, the digital battle. The December 29th episode featured a high-intensity digital race between two offices. At Spencer Publications, Liam worked feverishly to secure the domain names and file for the new trademark on behalf of Katie. At Forrester Creations, Carter Walton made the same discovery at the exact same moment. The tragedy for Brooke lies in the timing. As she stood in Ridge's office, confident that her legacy was protected by Forrester's legal team, Carter had to deliver the crushing blow. "Is Logan still ours?" Brooke asked, her voice trembling. The silence from Carter was the only answer she needed. The trademark had lapsed, and Liam Spencer was already one click ahead in claiming it for Katie's new fashion house. Why this is very sad news for Brooke. For Brooke Logan, this isn't just about a business name, it's about her identity. Throughout the history of the bold and the beautiful, Brooke has fought to be more than just a Logan girl from the valley. She became the Queen of Forrester. However, by losing the rights to the Logan name, she is effectively being erased from her own origin story. If Katie successfully trademarks Logan, Brooke could potentially be barred from using her own maiden name for any future solo business ventures or even in certain marketing capacities for Brooke's bedroom. The family fallout. The sad news extends beyond the boardroom. This discovery has caused a massive rift. Sisters at odds. Katie is standing her ground, reminding Brooke that Logan is her name too. Bill versus Ridge. Bill Spencer is relishing this victory, acting as Katie's hype man and enjoying the look of defeat on Ridge's face. The new guard, while Spencer and Electra Forrester are caught in the middle, as the older generation's pettiness threatens the peace of the entire family. What's next for the Logan legacy? As we move into 2026, the battle for the Logan name is far from over. While Liam has secured the initial digital footprint, Brooke and Ridge are expected to launch a massive legal appeal. However, with the trademark officially expired at the time of Liam's filing, the law appears to be on Katie's side. Will Brooke be forced to watch her sister build a global empire using the name she made famous? Or will this awesome discovery by Liam be the catalyst
Today's
that finally
very
forces
sad
news on the bold and the beautiful centers on Liam Spencer, a man who has always believed that the truth, no matter how painful, is better than living with unanswered questions. Sadly, that belief leads him down a lonely, emotionally devastating road as Liam turns to the one place that never lies, or so he thinks, the internet. What begins as simple curiosity quickly becomes an obsession, and by the time Liam finishes his late-night research, nothing feels solid anymore. Not his memories, not his relationships, and certainly not his heart. A quiet night, a loud mind. Liam's spiral doesn't start with drama or confrontation. It starts with silence. After another emotionally exhausting day, one filled with awkward conversations, half-spoken truths, and looks that say there's more you're not telling me, Liam finds himself alone. The house is quiet, too quiet, that kind of silence that gives your thoughts room to grow claws. He sits on the couch with his laptop closed, telling himself he doesn't need answers, that he should trust the people he loves. That digging will only make things worse. But Liam Spencer has never been good at letting things go. A single comment replays in his mind, a name mentioned too casually, a timeline that doesn't quite add up, a feeling in his gut that refuses to be ignored. Finally, he opens the laptop, and everything changes. I just want to check one thing. That's what Liam tells himself. Just one thing. He starts with basic searches, names, dates, old articles. Nothing dramatic, nothing dangerous. But, as anyone who's ever gone looking for reassurance online knows, the internet rarely gives you comfort. It gives you possibilities, and possibilities can be cruel. Liam's fingers hover over the keyboard as he types, deletes, then types again. Each click feels heavier than the last. At first, the results are harmless, familiar, almost boring. Then something catches his eye. An old article, archived, barely remembered, the kind of thing most people would scroll past. But Liam doesn't. He clicks. The first crack in the story. The article references events Liam remembers, vaguely. A business move, a personal scandal, a moment in time when emotions were high and decisions were impulsive. But the details don't line up with what he's been told. The dates are off. The people involved don't match the version of events Liam has carried with him for years. And worst of all, there's a name mentioned that no one ever talks about anymore. Why? Liam leans back in his chair, heart pounding. He tells himself there must be an explanation. Old reporting gets things wrong all the time. Memories fade. Stories get twisted. Still, his hands shake as he opens a new tab. He searches again, more specific this time. And that's when the real damage begins. Down the rabbit hole. What Liam finds next isn't one shocking revelation. It's something far more dangerous. Patterns. Mentions here. Omissions there. Entire chapters of history that seem strangely scrubbed, softened, or rewritten. People who once mattered suddenly erased from the narrative. The deeper Liam goes, the clearer it becomes. Someone, somewhere, hasn't been completely honest. And that someone might be someone he loves. The realization hits him like a punch to the chest. Liam has built his life on trust, on believing that even when things are messy, the people closest to him would never deliberately lie. But the evidence on his screen doesn't feel accidental. It feels intentional. The emotional toll no one sees. What makes this moment especially heartbreaking is that Liam doesn't have anyone with him. No one to stop him. No one to say, maybe you should close the laptop. He's alone with his thoughts, his fears, and a growing sense of betrayal. Tears well in his eyes, not because of what he's found exactly, but because of what it might mean. If this information is true, then entire relationships are built on half-truths. If it's false, then Liam is torturing himself for nothing. Either way, the damage is already being done. Memories rewritten in real time. As Liam continues to research, old memories begin to shift. Moments that once felt clear now seem suspicious. Conversations he accepted at face value suddenly carry new meaning. Even acts of kindness feel tainted by the possibility that they were meant to distract rather than protect. This is the cruelest part of Liam's discovery. Not the facts themselves, but how they poison the past. He wonders how long this information has been out there. How many people knew? How many chose silence over honesty? And most painfully of all, he wonders why no one trusted him enough to tell him the truth. The question that breaks him. At some point in the early hours of the morning, Liam stops searching. Not because he's satisfied, but because he's exhausted. He stares at the screen, eyes red, chest tight, asking himself one devastating question. If they lied about this, what else have they lied about? That question doesn't have an easy answer, and it doesn't fade when the laptop finally closes. Instead, it follows him into the darkness. Why this is so sad for Liam and everyone else. This storyline hits hard because it's painfully real. In a world where answers are always just one click away, Liam's experience reminds us that knowledge isn't always power. Sometimes it's a burden. Sometimes it's a wound that never fully heals. Liam didn't go online looking to hurt anyone. He went looking for clarity, for peace. Instead, he found doubt. And doubt is a slow poison. What happens next? Now that Liam has seen what he's seen, there's no going back. He can confront the people involved, risking explosive fallout and irreversible damage. He can stay silent, carrying the weight alone, letting resentment quietly grow. Or he can keep digging and uncover truths that may be even harder to live with. Whatever choice he makes, one thing is certain. Liam Spencer will never see things the same way again. Final thoughts, a turning point wrapped in sadness. Today's very sad news isn't about a death, a betrayal caught in the act, or a dramatic showdown in a boardroom. It's quieter than that and far more devastating. It's about a man alone with a laptop, realizing that the life he thought he understood may have been built on incomplete truths. Liam did some research online, and in doing so, he opened a door that may never fully close. Sometimes the most heartbreaking moments on the bold and the beautiful aren't shouted across the air. Feels heavier than usual. It is December 30th, 2025, and for those who have spent the last year following the tragic aftermath of a life cut far too short, today brings a wave of very sad news that serves as a painful reminder of what was lost. While it has been over a year since the world lost Liam Payne, the former One Direction star who defined a generation of pop music, the wounds remain wide open. As the year draws to a close, a series of new developments, legal delays, and heartbreaking family tributes have surfaced, leaving fans across the globe in a state of collective mourning once again. The legal update, a long wait for justice. One of the most sobering pieces of news today involves the ongoing investigation into Liam's final hours in Buenos Aires. While fans were hopeful that 2025 would bring closure, the latest reports indicate that the final UK inquest has been delayed until 2026. Senior Coroner Crispin Butler recently confirmed that because the events took place in Argentina, Procuring the necessary eyewitness statements and forensic reports is taking much longer than anticipated. For a family that has already endured 14 months of unimaginable grief, this delay is a heavy blow. The unaccounted minutes. Liam's sister, Ruth Gibbons, recently shared that she is paralyzed by the unaccounted minutes of his final day. The investigation. While 3 individuals were initially investigated for abandonment of a person followed by death, the legal complexities of international law mean that the full truth of what happened on that balcony may not be formally settled for another year. Remembering Liam, building the band, and the final performances. For many fans, the sad news isn't just about legalities. It's about the haunting realization that we are seeing the last of his creative output. Earlier this year, Netflix moved forward with the release of Building the Band, a talent competition where Liam served as a guest judge. Seeing him on screen, vibrant, mentor-like, and full of the musical wisdom he gained over a decade in the spotlight, has been bittersweet. The very last thing Liam did was work on this amazing show. He was the most beautiful, wonderful boy, said executive producer Ben Winston in a recent tribute. Watching these final moments captured on film has sparked a massive trend of very sad news posts on social media. It serves as a digital wake, where fans share clips of his smile, a stark contrast to the tragic circumstances surrounding his passing. A family still in pieces. Perhaps the most heartbreaking aspect of today's news is the emotional toll on his loved ones. Louis Tomlinson recently gave an interview reflecting on the band's 15th anniversary this year, admitting that the milestone felt painfully empty without Liam. Moreover, the details surrounding Liam's estate and his son, Bear, have been circulating. While it is heartening to see that Bear's future is being secured, it is a devastating reminder that a young boy is growing up without a father who clearly adored him. Key facts from the investigation. Updated December 2025 status detail: cause of death confirmed as polytrauma, multiple traumatic injuries. Toxicology reports confirmed a mix of substances, including alcohol and antidepressants. Next legal step: pre-inquest review scheduled for May 7th, 2026. Memorials tributes held at the 2025 Grammys and Brit Awards. Why this news hits so hard today. The reason Liam Payne news trends so heavily, even a year later, is because he wasn't just a pop star. He was a constant in the lives of millions who grew up alongside him. From the 14-year-old boy who auditioned for the X Factor to the global icon, Liam's journey was public, making his sudden departure feel personal to his directioner family. The very sad news we see today is a reflection of unresolved grief. We are navigating a world where his voice is still on the radio, his face is on Netflix, but the person is gone. It is a reminder to be kind, to look out for those struggling with mental health, and to cherish the artists who give so much of themselves to the public. How fans are paying tribute tonight. Across London, Buenos Aires, and New York, fans have organized light for Liam vigils tonight. They aren't just mourning a singer, they are celebrating a legacy. Listening parties, streaming Teardrops and One Direction classics to keep his memory alive. Charity drives. Many fans are donating to mental health charities in Liam's name, turning the very sad news into a force for good. As we look toward 2026, the hope for justice for Liam remains the driving force for his family and fans alike. Until then, we are left with the music, the memories, and the somber silence of a chair that will forever remain empty.